and you can see what happened right from the 1905, and then you know, the problem faced by the Assam leaders right from that time Chief Minister, what is his name, I forgot, but in 1939 he had to resign, and then the Muslim leader became the Chief Minister, and he encouraged or allow the Bangladeshis to come inside Assam and occupy the land. As you know, that at a time more than 1 lakh bigha land was distributed to them. So these are the problems, and now when our national leaders cannot take a decision, neither the leaders from Assam, irrespective of parties, don't take any right decision to identify and deport them, though we have Assam Accord, which is guaranteed by the government of India, the leaders of India. They have a commitment but doing nothing for identification of the Bangladeshi people coming in Assam.
Wasbir, now this issue has been highlighted. Now today at least the rest of India cannot say we don't know what's happening in Assam, we didn't know how major the problem was. If the issue has been highlighted.
This is the problem, like people
my
question, are talking that
my question to Wasbir Hussain, Mr. Borgar, my question to Wasbir Hussain is, will we see 2 days of debate in Parliament and then everybody moves on? Because what's happening on the ground in Assam is identification and deportation of Bangladeshi infiltrators a reality that Tarun Gogoi can address without risking himself politically?
No, we have absolutely lost sight of the fact that these are two separate issues. Influx is definitely a live issue in Assam, and this has been said as recently as last week by the then Home Minister, Mr. P. Chidambaram, when he visited Assam. Now, that is one part of the story. The second part of the story is that 4 lakh people have been displaced. Majority of them are Muslims who have settled in the Bodo belt. Now, today, Mr. Borgayari's party has been ruling the Bodoland Council since 2003. Let us not go back farther into history. 2003 to now is 10 years, and they have not raised this issue of influx. Now, to paint all these Muslim settlers who have settled in Bodo area as Bangladeshis today, it will be absolutely unfair, because we have to get rid of the fact that there has been an accord which has been signed by the Assam agitation leaders and the government of India, where a cut-off date has been fixed, 25th March 1971, and no Muslims in Assam, and including the AUDF, which is described as a party of Muslim settlers, they also don't want any infiltrators. The mood on the ground among the Muslim settlers who have been displaced is that we don't want any new migrants to come in.
But my question to you, Wasbir, is
origins in East Bengal, now Bangladesh.
Wasbir,
they have their origins in East Bengal,
there's a very clear logic
but
here.
to call them as Bangladesh
1 minute.
in a broad sweep is absolutely unobjective.
I take your point, Wasbir. I completely agree with your point. You cannot just call all Muslim settlers as Bangladeshis. There's a cut-off days. There's 1971. I agree with your point. That is not the point. The point today is their infiltration. Is there a point where you say thus far and no further? Because statistics indicate every day 6,000 people cross the border. Every day more people come in. The borders are porous. You know what the governor of Assam, Ajay Singh, sent in his confidential report. You know what happened, Wasbir, when that confidential report was leaked.
Yes or no? I know about all these reports, but if 6,000 infiltrators are coming in every day, it is the central government which has to address this issue.
Exactly.
It's a gross failure on the part of the border guards who are guarding our border. That means it's a question of big national security. It is for the Ministry of Home Affairs and the government of India to address this issue. It is not for, but it is unfortunate that when there is a humanitarian crisis, political parties, I'm not surprised at what Mr. L.K. Advani said, or what Seshadri Chari trying to demonstrate his big knowledge of history. But the point is, I'm surprised that the Bodoland People's Party, which is an ally of the Congress, is speaking the same language as Mr. Advani. But that is beside the point. Issue is people are trying to play politics on this particular issue, losing sight of the humanitarian crisis.
Not only politics.
And that is the tragedy today.
No, the humanitarian crisis exists. I want Seshadri Chari to respond for himself. But if I'm not mistaken, the Supreme Court itself was very scathing in its observations on the IMDT Act, saying that there can be no manner of doubt that the state of Assam is facing external aggression and internal disturbance on scale of large-scale illegal migration. Therefore, it becomes the duty, as you rightly say, of the Union of India to take measures to protect Assam from external aggression and internal disturbance. They refer to Article 355 of the Constitution. What did the government of India do to enforce the orders of the Supreme Court? Did vote bank politics trump the obligations of the government of India towards the Supreme Court? Not in the context of the cut-off date, in the context of ongoing infiltration. I want Seshadri Chari to respond to the very strong rebut from Wasbir Hussain tonight. Yes, Seshadri Chari. Mr. Chari, go on.
Arnav,
yes,
I can carry on this debate not on the basis of personal tutu mai mai. I don't want to get into all those things. I don't claim to be an historian and I don't claim to be also from Assam. But whatever I have learned from history books and whatever I learned from the parliament debates, I have quoted. And I don't think I have said anything different from what my dear friend Mr. whatever his name is, he said. I have also said the same thing, that it is a serious national security threat. And for last 47-50 years, we have been telling the people of the country and the parliament that there should be a cut-off date and we will not allow any infiltrator to come in. And if you think the state government cannot do anything, and if he expects the central government to do, we have seen just about 15-20 minutes back in your earlier program, you saw what the police department in Delhi and Haryana have done in allowing a criminal to get away. If this is the state of affairs, you have a government in Delhi which blatantly allowed an MLA to construct an illegal mosque, absolutely illegal mosque. And the court has said that it should be demolished, and the police doesn't have the guts
1 second. Why are we? No, 1 second. Again, Mr. Chari, we are talking about a demographic issue.
Any guts
1 second. 1 second.
Mr.
Chari, it's not. There is no communal element to this issue.
This demographic invasion.
Yes.
This demographic invasion is not new. This demographic invasion is not new. It has been going on since 1905. And if somebody doesn't like me going into history, let us remember that you forget history. You are condemned to repeat it. There will be another 1947 in this country, and Assam will be the first state to go out of this country.
Well, I think that...
And anybody else can risk it. I am not prepared to risk it. This is my country. Assam is my state as much as anything else is there.
Okay,
so I cannot allow this to happen.
Mr. Chari.
All that we are saying is, let all the political parties come together and decide that infiltration is a problem. Let us empower the central government and tell them to take up this issue with Bangladesh government. Can't we do that?
Yes, Wasbir, last rebuttal.
Are we such a soft state?
Wasbir, go ahead, last
totally condemned to live like this.
Yes, you see,
what is happening?
You see,
we have already
let
lost
me remind you that in 1985,
and if you don't like my going back to history,
a political party came to power in Assam, the Assam Gana Parishad.
What Zulfikar Ali Bhutto wrote in his book, The Myth of Independence. He says,
no, let's not talk about, go back to history unnecessarily.
Nearly as important an issue as Kashmir is Assam.
1 minute, gentlemen, Wasbir, let him complete, then I'll come to you, Wasbir. 1 second.
On some of the districts
let us talk contemporary.
This is what Zulfikar Ali Bhutto wrote in his book, The Myth of Independence.
Gentlemen, calm down.
Pakistan and the ISI has been claiming Assam for all these years.
1 second.
And this is an extension of the ISI's activity.
Sir, your government...
Are we not going to tell this to the government of Bangladesh?
Sir, I'm sorry to say this, your government...
Are we going to just exchange enclaves and give them territories? What?
Why didn't you seal the border? Why didn't you bring parliament to a standstill over the exchange of territories? When the enclave was being given...
No.
Why didn't you bring parliament to a standstill? Why didn't you seal the borders for 6 years when you were in power? But those are other questions tonight.
We have raised this issue. We have raised this issue in parliament.
Escalate the issue. Wasbir is responding to you. 1 minute, sir. Wasbir, quick last response. 1 minute left on the debate. Yes.
See, India is not a banana republic that Bangladesh will come tomorrow and occupy parts of India and cede territory. Now, there was a political party called the AGP that came to power in 1985 with only one point agenda, that is to free Assam from illegal Bangladeshi migrants. It was in power for 10 years, over 2 terms, and it was an ally of the NDA in New Delhi, and it could deport only 1,500 Bangladeshis. So that is the state of affairs. So the process is on, there are tribunals in place. The detection process is a long-drawn process.
It's
part of the Indian legal system.
It doesn't work.
We have to have faith in the Indian legal system.
No, it doesn't work.
And it will take its course.
It doesn't work. In the period, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, Wasbir, you know better. But
it doesn't work. It's a different issue.
In 18 years, you deport 1,490 people.
Yes.
Right? On an average, you are deporting 80 people a year.
May I interfere?
Which means every 4 days you deport one person. No, the statistic is 6,000 people cross the border every day, and every 3 days you deport one illegal person. You know, it doesn't add up, Wasbir. The numbers we are talking of are staggering in terms of the nature of ongoing infiltration.
But
you're an expert on the subject.
Border management.
Yes, pathetic border management.
That is the issue of border management. That is the thing.
Pathetic border management.
That is the thing.
Well, this is an important issue. Today Parliament is debating.
Arnav, it's not the question of just pathetic border management.
Sir, my only...
Arnav, let me remind all these people, when this deportation issue was taking place in Assam, it was the very same Congress party which went around telling the minority community there that your life is being threatened and you will be thrown out of the state if you don't vote for us. And then they allowed these minority groups to come together and
Sir, it
form
is not a minority majority issue.
For 5 years with the support of the government,
my point of disagreement with you, Mr. Chari.
Let me tell you, I am not trying to go back to history of that.
Mr. Chari.
What is to be decided now? What is to be decided
Mr.
now?
Chari, can I say...
Even now, even today, the Chief Minister of Assam can say that infiltration is a problem. He has said it in so many words, but he should confirm that, and he should come and tell the central government that whatever
but I will add one thing
from the state government, we are prepared to cooperate. But let us begin it today, now, this moment. Is he ready to say that?
Mr. Chari, just one point I want to make here, ladies and gentlemen, please 1 minute. Assam is considered to be at one point of time, has been described as an epitome of India. Assam has a very, very long history in terms of being multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious, peaceful group of people. This is not a communal issue. The minority groups in Assam are so well integrated into the state. It is not a minority issue. On that point, I disagree with you, Mr. Chari. It is simply a question of infiltration, as Wasbir says, border management.
I did not say that. Arnav, don't put words into my mouth. I did not say it is a communal problem.
So you referred to minority.
I did not say it is a minority-majority issue. I did not say it is a religious issue. I am saying it is an issue of infiltrators. It is an issue of infiltrators.
I take your point.
I am repeating it for the sake of record.
Yes.
I did not say it is a minority issue.
I am glad you say that.
The threat to this country from infiltrators is a security threat.
I'm glad you say that, and I'm glad we are putting Assam on the national agenda, which we will, because these issues have to be first addressed and then debated, and then the central government must act immediately, not put some retired bureaucrat in charge of a committee which will carry on for the next 2 decades. Yes. That's not the answer Assam needs. Yes. That has happened to some other northeastern states. That's not an answer. Gentlemen, I thank you for that chat. Thank you very much indeed. Brings me to the end of Newshour tonight. It's been a very newsy day and Parliament is on. We hope there will be some more meaningful debate tomorrow. Till then, till tomorrow evening, good night and goodbye.